Welcome back to more Nova Arcana developer commentary with renderXR. We are staring at the Domes of
Ooh,
Doom,
Domes of Doom.
or Dome Sweet Dome, or Petrified Stone Spheres.
hmm
So obviously,
Um,
I was gonna
mhm.
say it's big picture, like obviously spheres, but then was it meant to look like kind of like a giant tree at the top? Like I wasn't even sure. This was just kind of a crazy chaotic area when I was playing it, like what the theme was or what else was going on with the visuals and aesthetics.
So the visuals were there's basically a giant tree made of stone, which is
Okay.
kind of like petrified tree. And then there's kind of like biospheres going on. I don't know if you remember, that's a used to be a really old mod where they would generate glass domes of radius to 100.
I see.
And they would all just have different biomes and there would be bridges connecting them.
Okay.
And yeah, basically this was the same idea. And then I think I subconsciously was also getting influenced by one of the Dance Gavin Dance albums, Artificial Selection. If you Google that, then you would get like basically the same thing as this, but the domes would be way smaller and there would be way more.
All right.
So yeah, I made the bottom few parts on live stream as well,
I see.
and then
Interesting.
that's where actually some of those names came from as well.
I see.
And then
Okay.
somebody also said I should have added phantoms with knockback. Well, I did the phantom part, but not the knockback.
I see. I appreciate
So
that.
like,
Knockback in this area,
uh-huh.
other than in kind of predictable things with, like skeletons and webs or whatever, and like certain parts that you could kind of see coming and choose how to deal with, would have been pretty mean, I think.
Yeah.
And we talked about kind of the tree and the domes, and then there's like this area underneath, which I'm curious, first of all, just to hear you talk about, and then I want to ask a question about it.
Okay. You probably mean like the maze down below.
Yeah.
So what I did is I grabbed a image from the internet, or at least I got a generator that would basically generate a image of a maze just in black and white.
Okay. Got it.
And I basically set it to make like a circular maze with a set amount of, I guess, rows.
Right.
And then I just used an MC edit filter that would transform that image into just a flat Minecraft black and white blocks. And then I basically turned that into what it is now by just putting that image a lot underneath each other and removing the white and changing the black to the maze like blocks.
And how did that relate to the domes? Like, did you just like have that idea because you needed to put something underneath here other than just kind of like a big void area? Or did you have this maze idea in mind already? Or,
It's the former. I basically had the an idea of like I want a tree there, but I wanted something underneath to
mm-hmm.
make sure that if people fell down, it would be something interesting.
Okay. Yeah, because I was going to ask basically how you made it and, um, yeah, kind of then also kind of like how it played into the design rationale for the rest of the area. And then I guess you did also kind of like put loot at the kind of like three opposite corners of this place.
Sides. Uh-huh.
And so when I was originally like looking from the outside, like I could see that the gas spawners were like covering those loot things, and so I thought maybe objectives were going to be down there. This was also one that, because it's so chaotic and weird or
Chaotic.
whatever, like it's hard for an objective runner to decide, where to go to try to just cheese the area and get the
Mm-hmm.
get the record as fast as possible.
Yep.
Okay.
I
Well,
think some of Don't Starve's influences also leaked into kind of the idea of making people actually walk over the maze instead of running in the maze. Because there's a zone part in that near the end of the game where you have to traverse a massive labyrinth. It's also called the labyrinth, I believe.
I see. All right.
So yeah, more inspiration.
But yeah,
And then this area doesn't mess around when you instantly enter it, because you get creepers, you get blazes. Have fun.
right. You had the phantoms that were spawning both inside and outside. But at the same time, this was a good kind of like juxtaposition, like especially coming from if you just came from the cathedral, huge wide open area, and now this is just like little individual concentrated areas.
With lots of high quantity of monsters, but not many like very strong mobs. Except
Yeah.
for some of the domes, but
But yeah, I hadn't
most of
really thought
them.
about that. It's dense, but most of these are just, yeah, vanilla mobs. Here's some
And
creepers, here's some
then,
blazes.
uh-huh. And then one of the main mechanics is that you would basically use this shovel to your advantage in these areas. Because with this one you can remove the cacti pretty easily.
I
And then
see.
get to the spawners easier. And there's another later section where there are a lot of zombie spawners underneath gravel. And lots of... So you could easily get those that way as well.
I see. All right. Yeah, for those of us who already have kind of their hotbar set or whatever, like I saw a shovel and I was like, okay, that's nice, and I left it and I moved on.
So why would you use a shovel as well in the CTM map most of the time?
I see. That's good.
Less noise.
All right. So then we come out
So,
here. A little bit of threats in terms of being knocked off into the maze below. And now we are, I guess, in the tree, and so the tree trunk is kind of like one of the main branch points to get to different places, although there are other paths as well.
yes, this is basically one of the central kind of towers that you go up and down, and you kind of go on the outside, kind of go on the inside. And the gameplay kind of like twists and turns like MCSer
Right,
staircases around.
right. And lots of these, yeah, like crazy ledges that weren't easy to get to or necessarily easy to see that either had creepers or witches typically.
And right here, there's like two richer and two smallers.
Uh huh.
So I was hoping to people would like only the people who are like not super greedy would leave these two behind. Behind these two, it's actually an advanced sun charm.
Yeah, we've seen a number of those. Or at
hmm
least,
Yeah, there's two advanced sun charms and two advanced moon charms.
I see, okay.
Or wait, or one moon charm because I think the final area doesn't have one.
Okay.
I might remember later when we're in that area.
So we got some skeletons.
And then up here should be the first bottleneck
Where's. Yep.
when you get out here because there's one skeleton spawner kind of hidden right there.
Mm-hmm.
There's witches falling from above, and you have phantoms kind of being annoying. And especially since these skeletons have punch.
Right.
They
That could be
will
a
be
threat, although how does the punch work if you're in like full netherite that has knockback resistance?
I actually kind of don't know, and I want to experiment more with it because I would like to make endgame mobs just have knockback, like every mob has knockback,
Mm-hmm.
just so people, just so kind of to counter netherite armor,
I see.
and people have to wear netherite armor. But yeah, I'm not sure how well it works with that.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I don't remember like the skeletons
Yeah.
knocking me around very much, but I presume it was due to the armor that I was using. And at this point, yeah, by this point, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure I was just using the charm that gave me extra health.
Because every +1 knockback resistance is plus 10%.
Okay.
So they would basically, instead of the full punch one, you would get 60% of that.
Okay.
Yeah, it really doesn't knock you around that much still.
But there were a lot of
Yeah.
mobs.
Uh-huh. I actually got down to half a heart there.
Oh wow. I got down to half a heart at some point in this area as well.
Oh.
We'll get there eventually.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so when I came up here, I guess I tried to go up the stairs, and I think I might have gone up this way a little ways first before
Ah, yeah, this is where
deciding
you
that.
have the shovel zombie area.
Oh, yeah, yeah. All right, yeah, should we just. I don't have any
Okay.
particular order in mind. Kind of walk
Me
around the
neither.
domes as we encounter them.
Because there, this area, I basically put the tree first, then the domes, and then I decided, wait, how am I gonna connect this? Let me just willy-nilly make sure
I see.
every area has like multiple walkways through it, or at least one.
So there were gravel blocks in here, but I don't think they covered stuff. I guess they do cover a.
They cover spawners and money.
Oh, right, the money.
I was about to say geo. Basically.
Hollow Knight in the brain.
I was replaying it.
I see. Fun.
Uh-huh.
How many times have you played it?
I have beaten the. I've got all the achievements on it.
Oh wow.
Like
Okay.
I beaten the last Pantheon. I beat the whole game with like soul.
Steel Soul.
Wait, silver, steel soul mode. Yeah. Although I
Wow.
kind of cheesed it by logging out every time you're about to die at a boss. So it's,
That's clever.
I guess, not completely honest, but yeah.
Neat.
I wouldn't recommend doing the last Pantheon, at least, because it's kind of repetitive and I don't know,
Yeah, I
not
feel
the
like
best design.
I feel like they did a good game design there because it was a game that multiple times like I got as far as I was going to get in terms of my own ceiling and was happy and was just able to put it down. Like if you're someone
hmm
who is like totally needs to get all the achievements, like it gets very hard, and so like unless you're someone who's capable of playing at that level, like you just spend hours and hours and get frustrated. But I feel like for the people who want
Yeah.
it, they gave them all the content they could want, and for the people
Oh
who
yeah.
were just happy to play the game and defeat kind of the main final boss or whatever, like you could do that and be happy with the game and be done with it.
You could even do a step on top of that and do all the Pantheons with all the bindings. So you would basically,
Right.
with like nothing, you would
Yeah. I feel
have
like
to
it was
beat
like there was
all bosses in a row.
parabolic difficulty curve at the end for those who chose to use it.
Uh-huh.
So for the complete die-hard Hollow Knight platformer boss killing fans, like you could get as much enjoyment as you could possibly imagine out of that, and I think that's good. I think, and I think I see like more games doing a little bit of that kind of style because I feel like it's probably not too difficult for developers to like add that kind of content because they're mostly reusing bosses and only adding a few new attacks and the ways to put the player restrictions on.
Yeah, there were actually in the last Pantheon. I don't know if you've played the last
I
Pantheon. There
got
were
as
like a
far as like
few
Sly or something maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I think you got all the new bosses then because there were some variations of
I did. I
bosses
didn't.
that
I
made
don't think I
you
ever like
have to
fought the Three Sisters, and there were a couple bosses that I never fought.
a flying Nosk, I think,
Maybe,
which
yeah.
is that one fought really differently because different attack patterns.
Right.
And then the very final boss was changed up as well in terms of you normally had to climb, and then hit the final boss once.
Hmm.
This time they just put two singular platforms for you to try to dodge all of his attacks, which is crazy. But once you realize how you could avoid all the attacks, it's kind of straightforward. But yeah,
Potions medium.
Ocean's Medium after a long derailment.
So yeah, a lot of these domes just had some loot. I think a lot of the special items, like we saw the shovel already or whatever, were in this area. which I thought was kind of a good way to do things. Like a lot of the other areas were kind of resource diggy or whatever. Like we saw like all the diamonds and iron and gold and uh, ancient debris and different things like in the cathedral that you could find at different spots. And this one was more about kind of like chest loot, since there were like all these different areas. A lot of them had chests with special loot.
Uh-huh, and the loot was often, it wasn't the random loot, it was more straightforward loot, so you could
Right.
kind of go a little bit quicker through it as well. So the idea is that you wouldn't get too caught up in looting everything, and that you could actually keep some momentum going forward. And they're all kind of themed as well. Oh, this one burned. I think, yeah, this one burned. Yeah, so this one is autumn themed, kind of,
Cherry blossom kind of
and
trees.
then yeah, or that's spring, and the other one is autumn themed,
Right.
and
Yeah.
then there's a winter one, and then for the summer one there's a nice bowl of ice cream, and a desert one.
Ah, I see. Okay. I wasn't thinking about it in terms of seasonality, and so the ice cream kind of felt out of place when I was over there. I was glad that I identified it as ice cream.
It's also a reference to my very first map, the red dessert from Goliath, where I made a pun on red desert, and then the second area was the red dessert.
I see. I can't remember
Uh,
what that area looked like right now. It's been too long, so.
it's the very big uh, ice cream sundae.
Mhm. But yeah, a classic. Deck of cannon. Okay, so there
My
is no
favorite
description
weapon.
on this item, and there is nothing in the chest
Yeah,
that tells you what it does.
that was kind of my fault.
This
I
is
kind
one of the
of,
few things I had left in my notes, which was there's an interesting item that you made here, and you gave the player absolutely no direction on how to use it.
yeah, I never properly explained how to use this one.
And a
And
lot
then
of
also
people
by
weren't
so
using
late.
crossbows anyway, and so they're just like, "Oh, it's a crossbow," and didn't. I think it
Uh-huh.
maybe didn't have enchantments on it even, and so
It's a combination of me not thinking this one through correctly, and also the testers never really using it because I didn't think it through correctly. So
I see.
people never really thought about it too much.
But I guess it
Which,
automatically reloads instantly, like 10 times in a row or something, so you can get a big like spray of strong piercing arrows or something.
yeah, so it has infinity. When you reload it, it gets infinity 10, looting one, and then once you shoot it once, it basically detects that you have an empty crossbow with infinity 10. So I'm going to replace the item you're currently holding into an infinity 9
Loaded crossbow.
failed loaded crossbow,
Yeah.
and so
Okay.
it keeps going until you get to basically infinity 1, where it just turns into a normal thing.
Got it. And that's why it's called Deca Cannon, and the Deca is for the 10 or whatever.
Yep. I'm thinking of making it one of the kind of like how the Infinize has multiple levels
Right.
of how you get the same item throughout the map, but then you first get like a duo cannon, then a quadro cannon.
I see.
That would be kind of cool for a map, I think.
And I was thinking, if you want to do your chest kind of explainer, if you're looking inside the chest, as I am here, like you might be able to do, some kind of art along these lines or something that kind of like suggests what it's going to do if you don't want to put
Hmm.
text to explain it.
Yeah, I think I will have to put lore on it. At least some, and also like a number behind it of like how much is it's loaded, so that when you kind of scroll towards it, you can easily see like, okay, there's an 8 there. Okay, there's 8 bullets still in it.
I see. Okay.
So you could shoot it, and then you also see the number counting down while
Yeah,
it's
that would
getting
be good in
reloaded.
terms of, the behavior of it.
So it will feel a lot more intuitive for players to use.
Yeah. So yeah, it seems like it could be an interesting item. It's hard for me to theorize without actually using it. And yeah, like having like the duo or the quadro like earlier in the map to get a feel for how that would play and if I would use it instead of another bow. It sounds like it could be interesting, but until yeah, it gets a bit of play testing, I really don't know.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, apart from the that loot, there's also some money in the trees.
Yep.
Let me see. Oh yeah, there's a way out here. And we're basically made a giant loop.
Yep. Yeah, I think I actually
So we're
came in through the side. Yeah.
yeah. So where you basically said, nope, I'm not going that way, and you went a different way. I think you went this way, right?
Sounds plausible.
And
I
then
definitely
there's
remember this area.
It's a witch spawner, like kind of up, meanly hidden behind
Yep.
the hill. And then
Tools very
oh yeah,
high.
this is the only time I pulled this trick off. I think I said earlier that I never actually pulled this trick off, but I did. So yeah, pretty straightforward trap.
I see. And I think
Just 5k spiders, reverse.
I think I remember possibly no leaf clover getting here and wondering about the chest and stepping back and
Never. Hmm.
yeah, stepping back and saying he never traps the chest that has the sign on it.
Till at the end of the map,
Yep.
the murderer returns. At the end of the horror movie. The
And
final trick.
as far as traps go, like that was a pretty nice one. Like, all right, 5 cave spiders, yeah. Like you're in good armor. It's not gonna be a big deal, but it's a fun jump scare.
Especially once you just got hit with poison, they're kind of useless anyway.
All right. But yeah, I think I came up here. I think I ignored
The
the
chest.
the chest because I wasn't interested in loot, and I think I came over here maybe because this is the stone one, right?
Mm-hmm. This one is rock solid.
Oh, was that the clue?
That was the clue,
Okay,
which is also another Dance Gavin Dance reference. They're everywhere.
I'm glad that you're having fun.
Mm-hmm. I put a lot of song titles also in area names at times,
I
so
see.
it's just fun to use different um, reference material as references.
I can't remember. Um, I'm trying to think of other places, perhaps in other maps, where you've had any kind of cave system that was this tightly wound. This was really confined. I'm sure the fact that you were able to use like the stalactites um, as an additional thing to make it feel like the whole like little caverny bits are closing in on you. Um, and it was, not a very big area, although it definitely felt bigger on the inside than it looked like on the outside. But do you have any other like places that you've made maps that are as tight as this?
There's definitely one that's more tight. There's a scrapped map called David. Goliath David.
Okay.
And the idea was that there would be really small confined areas.
Okay.
And then I had to basically make caves that's very casually kind of like stay close together. I guess that one area myriad caves
That's what I was thinking.
and
Yeah.
underneath the thing because that basic area was designed so you would trigger one cave spider spawner and you would kind of walk all the way around it before actually finding that spawner, and then it would have spawned too many cave spiders to deal with.
I'm just going through in spectator mode really quick to try to appreciate the interior structure of this place.
Yeah, so what's happening here? There's a central shaft basically going up and down,
Right.
and there's basically the two caves or a few that are kind of interconnected that kind of spiral around, and then there's some loot at the top and some loot at the bottom.
Okay, so I'm coming back down to the bottom near you. And yeah, I don't even remember if I ended up coming down to the bottom and seeing the diamonds down here. And there's lots of money. I might have. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think there's lots of iron, lots of diamonds. I think there's either the emerald or the pickaxe over here. Here's Captain Crunch, Eater of Worlds.
That says ether.
Ether.
Literally unplayable.
Unplayable. Literally unplayable. Let me quickly take a screenshot.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, let me just write that down, I guess.
However you want to take your notes, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then I can finally stop updating this map.
So yeah, I think maybe I never came down here because I didn't remember getting that pickaxe for myself. And instead, probably due to the fact there were super creepers, like I was probably trying to find my way up to them somewhere along the way. Or maybe they just blew open a big hole in the ceiling and it helped me discover that there was an emerald up here.
Unravel the secrets.
Da, 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 da.
Number 26. The penultimate. Yeah, that's basically all that's in here.
Okay.
Wait, how do we... Oh, right here.
Yeah,
Found it.
a fun little challenge.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I too have found my way out.
And then there's a little staircasey. So there's 2 phantom spawners on the actual spikes, which are kind of meant to be branches. Or decayed leaves.
Okay, okay.
That's really open for interpretation. And then you have these other catenary brushes again that you also saw in the spider web area. And also in Brightwater, where you had like the hanging leaves. Also in this kind of pattern. And then I basically just put redstone torches on top of it. And
Okay.
they're kind of like those party things.
Just kind of ribbons or streamers.
Yeah, streamers, that's the name.
Yeah.
I always forget what the name of those things are because such a weird name in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Streamers. I should call them influencers.
I was trying to come up with some kind of joke around that, and I couldn't come up with one, so I'm glad that you took the reins there.
I was just thinking like, I was at first thinking kind of a morbid thing. Like you have streamers hanging in your house? Like, like I have like the other joke more.
Yeah. All right, so we got like an interesting, weird winter tree that I hadn't even realized that like its individual like leaf cross sections almost look like snowflakes as well. It's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. There's some crystallized weird, because it's made of quartz, so I thought it would be cool if it's like crystals.
Mm-hmm. This I think is maybe the only place that crying obsidian is used in the map. It was a block that I didn't know about.
Correct.
And I think I didn't realize, I think because I knew that it was a new block, but I didn't know if it had mechanics. I wasn't sure if that had significance, but looking back, I guess the significance is if you were to break the crying obsidian, that's where the spawners are hidden.
Uh-huh.
So basically,
just
yeah, each time there's crying
spawners.
obsidian, there's going to be a spawner behind it.
Yep.
The spiders.
Simple, and you get moon shadows. This spawner? No. This is the sharpness sword. You have a sharpness 1, which is this one. Then you have Sun Fury. And then you had a Bane of Arthropods 1. Which I think I may have removed. I don't remember if there was a
Yeah, I
diamond
don't
Bane of
remember
Arthropods
specifically, yeah, like a Bane of Arthropod sword anywhere in here. But yeah, that's a
Yeah.
nice, straightforward, good sword.
Well, that would have been in the spider area, of course. But I think I removed that.
I see.
These spiders are having the time of their life. Look at them go.
Zoom, zoom, zoom! Disco!
You spinning me right round. Baby, right round.
So that was an example of one of the domes that just had the one entrance.
Mm-hmm. There's one all the way at the bottom, the winter one, that we never went to.
Alright, I'll follow you. We can fly there too. Oh yeah, yeah. I
So
remember
this
this
is the
one.
fun one.
Fun one. Very fun.
The fun one. The obligatory everything is gonna blow up in your face spawner.
So I probably should have expected it due to the creeper face. And I guess it's actually a giant creeper snowman, which I didn't appreciate at the time, with his little snowman
Mm-hmm.
arms and.
It's this one is actually a snow globe with like the cobwebs is the snow falling kind of idea.
Oh, okay. I see.
So it's like an explosive Christmas ornament. Yeah.
I don't remember how close or far I got from this place. Like, can I walk up to it? I'm gonna go in spectator mode really quick. I don't know if on the inside. Okay, yeah. So I can see Super Creeper spawner here. I can see a bunch of TNT here.
There's a lot of TNT on the top of the head, I believe.
There was definitely a lot of TNT. Because basically, I don't
Yeah.
remember exactly what I was doing, but I was doing something, and then there was an explosion, and then I was falling.
And then it was over.
No, it's not over. It only brought me down to half a heart. Or no, it brought me down to like 2 hearts or something, and then I did a bad job of like trying to recover, and there were skeletons shooting at me, and I think that's what got me down to like half a heart. And then I managed to
Ah,
recover down in the maze somewhere.
the corn. Uh-huh. Yeah, there's probably a stack of TNT
Yeah, there's a
here.
lot of TNT in here.
And I oh it's not primed. So
Yeah, I
if you break any
think possibly like did Clover like disarm the whole thing and like count how much TNT there was or something? I don't remember.
yeah.
Um, but
I
yeah.
think when I originally designed this, I wanted to make sure that it was primed because I put spawners at such mean spots. Oh yeah, this one. So if you get over to the map,
Oh wow, there's like one that's
so
primed.
so right here there's two charged creeper spawners,
Right.
right? So you break the bottom one, check. Then you break the top one. There's a snow layer on top of the top one. So you break it, and another one falls down and might ruin your day. That's what I was doing here.
I see.
And then I think when I designed it, I also was like, I'm gonna make sure these two TNT are primed, just so when you break the spawner, you would
Oh, you
still hit it,
accidentally
and then
break
it would
through.
blow
Yeah,
up. And the idea was that those two were the only ones that primed, and then yeah, you would die that way. And I gave up on that idea because I felt it was a little bit too mean.
I see.
My evilness has boundaries now.
I see. That's a good thing. Um, but yeah,
No, I don't agree.
if there's
It's fun. It's fun watching people get blown up, though.
there's anything else to talk about in the stone, say so now before I blow this thing up again.
Bye bye, creeper. You will be missed.
I just realized I don't have anything in my inventory that's good for blowing it up. 1 second.
Shall I blow it up?
Sure.
Kaboom, boom, boom. Time to go.
Yeah,
Kaboom.
that's a big explosion.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, fortunately I did not get hit by much of the TNT, but I landed, I don't know, somewhere down here in the maze, and then there's just, random mobs because just due to the nature of there aren't places for mobs to spawn, even though that the land is pretty fragmented, there were still, yeah, skeletons and things around.
I don't remember. Did you actually fall in the lava or just in?
I think I fell on the maze and not in the lava.
Ooh, that would have been. Otherwise, it would have been +1 for me, right?
Yeah. And yeah, then because I was down here, like I think I explored one of the I guess we can go over to one of them if you want to like teleport over to me. One of the little guarded loot areas that was
Ah,
at the edge
yes.
of different bits of the maze. And yeah, it was basically
Mhm.
kind of like a tower filled with spawners and the gas spawner, some ancient debris.
Yeah, so there's a nether dweller, two magma cube, 2 charged creepers, and then a ghast. And then you get 4 diamond blocks and 3 ancient debris, like you said.
I see.
And then I think that's that on all the sides. And I might have shaped up the locations and maybe the quantities a bit.
Right.
Some of them might be melee and some of them might be ranged nether dwellers.
I see. But yeah, it was good from the point of view as I was kind of curious what was down here, and so it gave me an excuse to be down here, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
And then at some point, I guess I realized that there actually was a way. I'd forgotten when you first came into the tree that there was a staircase going up and going down. I think I went down a little way and got turned around at some point and had never come back to realize that basically you could also just walk down to those sections of the maze if you wanted to go after that loot or whatever was going on.
Mm-hmm. And I hit some surprises along the staircases. Like the... Oh, that's not your name. That's a super creeper. I think you went farther up.
Yeah, I'm kind of back over by, getting a good look at the now exploded dome of doom.
It's been doomed. It's gone. I was thinking if I could make like a good pun of that, but I couldn't.
Where should we head next?
We can go to the cool dome down below. I will snow myself out.
Ice cream sundae.
Ice cream! Revamped.
Cherry on top.
And a nether dweller enjoying some ice cream. He just kind of has like a fork to eat the ice cream. That's why he's here.
That's right. It's giant trident. It's the perfect scoop. Oh wait.
That's the only reason he's here.
Really?
Yeah. And also because he's a ranged enemy.
Was
so
this here? Grime, usurper of uselessness?
Yeah.
I did not remember that. I don't remember the name anyway. I think I do remember the hoe.
Technically, it's not useless, but
Netherwarts, farming.
Mm-hmm.
I guess those are the main things you'd use it for?
Yeah.
Okay. Breaking leaves, breaking netherwort, farming up items to get the fortune or looting or whatever it is, fortune effect on it.
Uh-huh. So in this ice cream, because dark gray gray terracotta is
Actually,
is
the money.
The money blocks.
Right.
There used to be a considerably large stash of money hidden underneath here.
I see.
On accident.
Got it.
Yeah, you used to get like almost 2 stacks of straight up blocks by mining all the ore and actual blocks there. So that made me sad when people discovered that.
I see.
Because then I had to fix more stuff.
I see. In the second to last area, it's not awful. I don't know that there's kind of a fine line between having like 8 blocks of money and infinite blocks of money at this stage of the map. I feel like so.
Or finite amounts.
Yeah.
So you can buy 60 mini books of that. And that's like the most expensive thing in the map. So
right.
There lies a problem. Let's see. I think we have 2 domes left to do. And both of them lead to the record. Well, actually 3, because the third one is the record as well. So
right.
From the cherry blossom one,
right,
we can go to this corner. And then this path leads to one of the domes that leads straight to the record.
I appreciate, by the way, that these were 3 wide. If it had been any narrower, I think I would have ended up placing a lot more blocks and building or whatever. Like, this gave me the confidence to just kind of parkour it and play it kind of as intended. And so this kept it from slowing me down, basically.
Yes, I don't think this really deserves a one wide walkway, because that would just make stuff slow for the sake of being slow, kind of.
Right. Because, yeah, I guess in one of the other ribbons or whatever, like there were blaze spawners and phantom spawners or whatever, and so there was gameplay here. I guess here, actually, it is just kind of travel time from one to another.
Yep. And so this one is just a dark oak tree. See, you might have noticed there's also like different trees going on in all of them.
Right. Different types of trees, yeah. And
Uh,
this one had creepers and cave spiders, I guess.
uh-huh. And two skeleton spawners.
Books,
Another.
medium, some nice things. Yeah, I remember this one actually being a kind of a big pain in the neck to take out.
But yeah, because the spawners spawn quite quickly, and there are actually quite a few spawners on the
Yeah, they're
top.
kind of in bits of the leaves and in the center of the tree.
I think actually some of I think Vinyl Fantasy 2's depth charge area, where you had to go into like the nether. There were like rooms with trees where lots of mobs would fall on top of you as well.
Mm-hmm.
Some of that inspiration might have leaked through somehow.
I see.
Sometimes when I make this stuff, I don't know like where it comes from. So
Got it.
sometimes you're mimicking what other people made without knowing. But yeah, I guess that's just art in general as well. Um, yeah, this room was pretty straightforward otherwise.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a path leading to the opposite side of the dome, which leads into another desert one. This one is a yellow desert.
Right, rather than the red sand.
I haven't seen anybody use these little coral things for that tumbleweed yet. Like, they're made for it. Like, look at them.
I see. Interesting. So it's dead coral?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, it does look like. I mean, there's already like dead bushes or whatever, but yeah, it could be like tumbleweed in the desert. And
hmm
the coloring, yeah, fits in well in this biome.
pretty well.
But yeah, I guess the way this was structured, this dome is kind of like hidden in the back. You don't really see it very much from the main tree, and it's the only dome I think that you can kind of only get to via another dome.
Exactly.
And so
So
that's
it's
what
like
ends up making it so that players kind of get here last for the most part.
it was really challenging to kind of position this one. I think this one is also a bit smaller than the other domes. Although there, I think now to think about, it, there are actually two sizes. Some are bigger and some are smaller.
Right, yeah. But this is
But
one of the smaller
it
ones.
was difficult to get this one connected to the rest without it making too much of a direct um, path to it, because then it might defeat the whole area.
Right.
Although there were people who just climbed, like climbed, climbed
Fine.
to the
Yeah.
top of the tree, and then just basically used one of the branches to just jump down on top of this one once they saw that this one was
I see.
the record.
I don't remember like if you're standing like outside how easy it was to see. It's not particular. I guess if you get the right angle, you could probably see uh, the box from inside of it. Okay.
hmm Um. So yeah, just the little phantom spawners, 4K spiders falling down, and two witches. So kind of a poison flying mob combo.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can't 1, 2, 3 jump to the record box, so you have to kind of build your way to it while you're getting attacked.
Yeah, like all the domes in here, like well, almost all the domes. It's a relatively finite size or whatever, kind of like limited the scope of the damage you could really do to the player. So it was just a matter of them making a press and breaking some spawners and then making another press to finish it off.
Mm-hmm. Just notice this whole thing isn't symmetrical. And now it's bugging me.
I still haven't noticed, if that makes you feel any better.
If you look at the ceiling,
Oh, yeah.
those doesn't line up. This box here is
Yep.
kind of too
It's
much
off center.
that way.
Yep.
But I think the pit and this structure on the outside isn't completely correctly aligned either.
I
It
see.
might be that this whole thing is even. No, it isn't. One of the great mysteries that will never be revealed.
Indeed. All right. And then there's this guy.
Yeah, yes. The best one for last.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to go to the
One
other
of the-
entrance.
Okay. This is one of the few things I still want to make a map about, and it's not going to happen until Stories 10, maybe.
So, I did not like the fact that you did not hand out a chest full of glowstone or something like that, or night vision potions, or water breathing, or some kind of stuff that people wouldn't normally have on them. And I'm currently like 20 minutes away from walking back home to like get any of my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that was one of my major criticisms of this sphere, was basically that it was very hard to see without night vision inside here what was going on. And I didn't have light blocks, and I didn't want to go back for the light blocks, and so I ended up like digging underneath this place to like try to solve it and whatever. Like, I didn't enjoy it.
I actually didn't really think about the darkness part of this one, especially because I think water is always kind of bright in this game. But yeah, if you play on a darker monitor, that's obviously different.
So yeah, I don't know. Are
As
you looking
well.
at my stream right now? Like,
Yeah. That was It's open on my second monitor.
uh-huh.
I guess I'm playing on the sun or something.
Ah. So yeah, I found it difficult to see what was going on, and I tried swimming through here a few times, and obviously you've got the nadir dwellers, and once there's a few of those guys, and it was not a trivial structure that was in here either, and like the way the spawners were hidden, they were just like in opposite corners or something.
It's this structure is really confusing, especially because I had limited space, so I was
Right.
like, how do I solve this?
Right.
So you have this up here.
Mm-hmm.
So there's one nadir spawner right up there.
Okay, yeah.
I think that's a trident, guys. And then once you get down here, there's skeletons. And I was hoping people would think, wait, skeletons, those need air, and they sink, so they must come from up. So there's little, like, holes. There's 4 little holes.
Right.
And one of these leads up to a treasure room, which is at the top, this one.
Right. I saw somebody else find this. I don't remember if I dug into this at some point or I just saw other people find this.
Guess you're in spectator mode?
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I just didn't notice. Because I have my chat really small. Oh, yeah, some pretty nice... Yo, these are really nice books.
Yeah, and the armor I think is like the super powerful. Oh, it was
Decently
the
powerful.
Thorns armor. Okay.
Yeah, I basically want to give decent armor that's better than just normal diamond armor, but I don't want it to last forever. Because diamond armor takes a bit too long in durability if I give it out a lot.
Right.
At least full sets.
Yeah, and then the water breathing. Like that was the other thing. Like the gold diving helmet or something is typically something you would give at the beginning of a water section.
Yeah, I would typically do that.
Yeah, and didn't do that here either. And so I was also like struggling for air because the old trick of, just using a torch doesn't give you your air bubbles back the way that it used to.
Yeah, you have to spam it now. I
And
kind of wish you just could not place it in water because I think it's weird that you can't do
yeah,
that.
it is weird that you can. Yeah, it would make more sense if it just didn't place.
Yeah. Yeah, I should have probably done this better. I should have probably put a chest on top with like a diving helmet and some light.
Yeah, like a diving helmet and a stack of glowstone would have gone a long way to making me
Yeah.
less unhappy with this area. I think also the day that I played this, like I wasn't feeling well, like, feeling a little under the weather illness kind of when I was recording
Hmm.
this section, but I really did not enjoy it. And I think, right, I guess I'm trying to remember what order I did this in. I think maybe I didn't see the dome in the back yet, and so I didn't have the objective, and I was thinking this one had to be where the objective was, and that's the reason that I spent time in here.
Mm.
And then only afterwards did I realize, oops, there's another dome back there, because I thought this was the last one.
Hmm. I really
But yeah,
I
yours,
really kind of want to make a full-on underwater map as well
right.
someday, because there's a lot of underwater content that is to be explored.
I do know that a number of people enjoy the swimming in the updates now that you can do that.
Feels a bit
And
janky,
I haven't
like
experimented
transitioning
with a
from.
trident. Like, doesn't one of the tridents do something underwater or something?
Yeah, you can basically do like a dash attack in the water. It's actually pretty enjoyable because you like kind of like dash through mobs and do damage. So that works pretty well.
Right. So yeah, there's a number of mechanics that I kind of really haven't
You
experienced or played around with.
you if you hold control and then just press forward really quick. I don't like how your kind of view like jitters
Yeah.
when you go into swimming mode and back.
Right. I mean, yeah, it's the same issue you have with all the other things that cause your pose to change from horizontal to vertical or whatever. Like I remember, I guess they've improved it somewhat or whatever. Like Elytra, like when people would try to take off, would do that a bit as well. And yeah, it's like
Yeah,
not
if
good for
you
like motion sickness people or whatever. Yeah.
press a lot of space while having an elytra does that. Like while you're running and then keep spamming space, you sometimes just go down. I also found it quite ironic that these strong guys become almost completely useless in the water because they just swim so slow.
Right.
Like this is so threatening right now. I'm so scared. What am I gonna do? But yeah, that was basically the water dome. This one was definitely the one I felt the kind of the most iffy about because it was a water dome.
Mm,
I hadn't done any water content in
right. Yeah.
two, three maps now. Like Calamity Canyon didn't have it. Horrify didn't have any water or only one or two source blocks.
I see.
So yeah, I'm just not used to doing water content.
Yeah. And I don't know. I feel like is there like a not really a trope, but I feel like every CTM map has a water area, and that's the area that players hate. I feel like at least was a thing in previous versions. Like
I know that's a Legend of Zelda thing, like with the water dungeons.
I see.
Although yeah, it did happen with some CTMs where there was like a water area and then people would hate it.
Yeah, I feel like I played. I don't know. Was there one in Waking Up? I can't
Yeah,
remember.
yeah, yet waking up
Oh, there's one
was
in
like
Myriad
really
Caves.
slow. Myriad caves. Wait, what? I mean, there are few semi myriad caves ones, right?
Yeah.
There's one, Drizzling Cove, and then there's the crystallized, but they were never like underwater themed,
Drizzling
right?
Cove, I mean, there was a bit of having to travel underwater in Drizzling Cove. Like you had to like
True.
swim down and yeah, between areas or whatever. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then crystallized.
Crystallize, I don't remember as well. I
That's
guess there
that's the
was
crystal forest where you had to go in the lake in the middle.
Yeah, it was the lake in the middle, and so you're kind of just going underwater to get down to another area that then you're in air again once you got down to the bottom, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And then Crown Trials didn't have a proper water area.
right.
So yeah,
Um,
actually the only full-on underwater level is in my first map,
I see.
which was an iffy area,
Right.
I think.
So in any
But
case,
yeah,
I don't think I've ever seen one or played one that I enjoyed, but at the same time, I also have complimented you on taking risks and doing new things, so I don't want to stop you from trying to make one.
I think I'm gonna give it a try because I think you can definitely make a well-designed one, even with maybe terrible mechanics. Like I would make like an overworld that's like underwater, and then make most dungeons be like normal dungeon, not
Interesting.
underwater combat.
Interesting.
I would have some of them with some underwater gimmicky going on, but
Right. There are many
basically you don't.
challenges, but yeah, there's definitely nowadays a lot more mechanics and blocks and different things that at least give it more potential.
Hmm. Especially since I think minecarts can go underwater in the next update.
Oh, wow.
You can,
That's
so you can
interesting.
do some stuff with that as well.
Yeah. Hmm. Who knew? Not me.
Hmm.
All right, but having done the Great Web and the Cathedral and the Domes of Doom, I guess that just leaves us with the Nova Arcanium.
The fine area in the map.
Sounds like something that the YouTube people will have to wait to see until next time.
Oh no, you're not gonna make him wait 2 days.
Oh, I certainly am.
Oh no! What are we going to do?
Who could have
Apart
possibly
from waiting
predicted
two
this?
days before releasing another episode.
In any case, I hope everybody's having a great day, and we will see you again soon.
See you soon.